June jobs report. We are joined by Hope King. She's a business reporter with Axios. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so I got to tell you, these numbers are very confusing to me, right? We have 372,000 more jobs, right? Which is way higher than what was predicted. Yet somehow that doesn't make me feel good about the economy. There's still all this confusion. Is this a good economy or is it not a good economy?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me on this Friday. And you're right. I mean, the way that we feel day to day is how we're dictating whether or not we're in a recession, right? I know we're going to talk about that a little bit too. But the truth of the matter is that we are in a really good economy. If there wasn't demand for us going out to eat, shopping, there would not be jobs created. And that's what this jobs report shows. We had job growth in retail, manufacturing. What that means is that we still need those things. Companies still need people to work, and that's because we're still going out there and buying, despite feeling not great on a day-to-day basis.
And you know, we see there 3.6% unemployment rate. Obviously, that sounds like such a great number, but also last week for the first time jobless claims jumped to the highest number we have seen in 6 months. So what does this mean? Is this a cause for concern at this point?
I don't think it is. I mean, you're seeing some weakness in some areas of the economy, especially in technology sectors. Like in the VC world, they're pulling back on, investing in new startups. A lot of layoffs are happening in tech because there was such massive growth that a lot of companies are saying, you know what, we over budgeted for people. And so while there has been an uptick, if you again look at just the jobs numbers that just came out, this morning, it still shows that overall the economy is really, really healthy.
It's like correcting for what we've seen these past couple of months.
Well, and the past couple of years, I mean, we talk about the word unprecedented and how overused it's been. Yeah. I know you guys are sick of it. I'm sick of writing about it. But it really was. The last 2 years have been a really big blip, right, on the radar. And right now we are coming back to where we were pre-pandemic, whether it's economic activity or the way that companies, are looking at how they're hiring.
So we have, more people getting jobs. For a while there, the wages were going up pretty steadily. That's slowing a little bit. But of course, because of inflation, people still feel like things aren't going well, right? You try to fill up your gas tank and you're spending, way more than you did before. Can we talk a little bit about the impact of inflation and how it's making us all feel when all the other metrics seem to be so strong?
Right. And I think that's where the disconnect comes from that you talked about at the beginning. When we go out and we look at the prices for these things that you mentioned, gas or milk or whatever the case may be, there's a shock that we see at the grocery store, right? But I think what your point that you're trying to make is really relevant, because when wages are still growing, that's actually putting more pressure to lift inflation even higher, because we have, companies have to kind of compensate for paying people more. But what that also means is that psychologically, we see wage growth slowing down to 5.1% last month. That does indicate that there's a little bit of a cooling. But when you do factor inflation in, which is, by some metrics over 8%, you're actually seeing your wages decrease as a result. So you're absolutely right on that. And the only way really to bring inflation down a little bit is honestly, if we spend less, then companies need fewer people, they pay out less in their wages, and then prices come down.
When you talk to some people, right, in this area, I know there's a lot of debate as to whether we're actually already in a recession. We just don't know it yet. I always wonder if, like, a little R recession is not a bad thing. Maybe that's exactly what we need right now.
Well, I mean, think about the recession that we technically had when the pandemic started, right? I mean, it was the fastest, coming out of that recession was the fastest that we'd ever seen. Yeah. It was, really officially about 2 or 3 months. And so right now, as you mentioned again, psychologically, we're feeling that fear, and it could be a self-fulfilling prophecy because we're pulling back. And again, I don't want to repeat myself again, but it is. If we start changing our behavior drastically, then across the board, if everyone does it, then the economy will ultimately slow down.
And are you already seeing that with consumer spending habits?
No.
I was going to say, except if you go to the airport, that's definitely not the case.
Or my credit card bill. I mean, really.
That's not where you're seeing a recession at this point.
No, not at all.
So listen, the Fed has been taking a lot of criticism, right? From some who sort of say, well, they handled this improperly. They waited too late to raise interest rates. I know all of that. It's the only tool they have. It's a tool that takes a long time to have a trickle-down effect. But they were slow, and then suddenly they became way more aggressive than we anticipated. Is the Fed and the messaging, not necessarily interest rates, but the messaging coming out of the Feds and how extreme the interest rate hike was, is that contributing to our fear?
I mean, I think that the Fed is always going to be very measured in how they talk about the economy to prevent doing what you just said, right? To give us too much of the fear. But I think to your point, they've admitted that they were slow, to your point. They've also had, at the beginning of the pandemic, released so much money in the economy that our savings, consumer savings in total in the U.S., still about $2 trillion. So there's still a lot of spending maybe left. And that's why maybe, yes, we blew it out of the water for June's jobs report, but maybe it's not a surprise when you look at the overall picture.
Yeah, got to soak up some of that money. My husband says there's too much money in the streets. You got to soak up that money, and that might take a while.
And we got to start saving again. I mean, our savings rate is going down because we are spending. So a lot of indicators suggest that despite our feeling, and there's so many things going on, obviously, in the world, retail therapy, man, it always works.
That's so
I like
true.
the way your husband thinks.
All right, Hope King, thank you so much.
Thank you.